Don't forget to visit the whole family of channels we now have on YouTube. There's the original BigBoyTV channel for all your full-length celebrity interviews. Then there's the Big Boy's Neighborhood channel for exclusive interviews. We're talking about moments in short form, also artist performances, and even flashbacks from the Big Boy Vault. And then there's the Big Boy Uncut channel, where we have even more raw conversations after the show. So listen up, subscribe to them all so you don't miss a moment of Big Boy.
Because, you know what I'm saying, the Eminem fan base, sometimes it don't really align with the music I drop. You know what I'm saying? Right. And accepting that was hard because sometimes they be cussing me out. Like, I'm not rapping fast enough, or like I don't got enough bars, or they don't understand the hood stuff I'm talking about. And so, yeah, when they first signed me, they was on my bumper.
LA's new home for hip-hop, Big Boy's Neighborhood, Westside Boogie. Welcome, bro.
Man, I always want to be part of that bell. Like,
hey, man, we don't usually do this, but hand Boog the bell, man. Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Westside Boogie in the neighborhood.
It's real. I thought y'all was pushing the button.
No, man, and that bell, man, I've had that one for at least 20 years.
I love that, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Classic.
Yeah,
that
man.
needs to go in the museum for real.
Yeah, but who gonna go look at it though? You know what I'm saying? But you already seen it.
You're right. I'm probably not gonna go. I ain't gonna lie.
He trying to make. He be like, damn, man, I left Big Boy, knowing I ain't going back and look at that bell. Or I call you up and be like, Bugs, man, we broke ground on the museum.
My bell in there, bro. My bell.
We broke ground. You know what I'm saying? He like, Big, I need you to perform there. I need you to come in. Like,
do a free concert, please.
This dude really went and opened up a museum
for the bell.
Yeah, just one bell and a Dr. Dre plaque. That's it. Yeah, no, man. First off, man, welcome to the neighborhood, bro.
Man, thank
I know
you.
when I just slapped hands with you out there, man, you said that you've been kind of waiting, bro, and I've been watching too, man.
Nah. This moment is like really crazy to me. Like just being from LA and what you mean to the culture, and like now I've been for like a rapper, but now I'm like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm like up here with Big Boy, so it's like. Yeah.
But you know what though, man? You have been really putting in work for like years.
Yeah, I've been trying.
And the one thing that I also peeped about you too, man, was, you know, of course people want radio, you want that, but you grind out without a lot of it. Nah. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that thing where it's like, man, they ain't really effing with me like they should, and I'm home plate. You continue to do what you do.
Yeah, and you know I'm human. It's not like not like it's times where I'm here to radio and I'm like, man, well I'm not on the radio. I'm from out here, but I never. That sounds like entitlement to me at the end of the day. And now I don't do music with like expecting people to do stuff for me. I just want to like build an organic fan base, and I believe everything just gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. And look at me, I'm here, no complaining. And now I'm here, so you know. That's
man, the album is More Black Superheroes. Where the title come from?
It's layered. It's a layered title for me because like it's just about really me embracing all the sides of myself. I feel like when I go out in the world as a black man, we get confined to have to be one type of person. Either I got to be like super tough, or when I get around my kid, I got to hide a certain parts of my life. But it's like when we get out in the world and we don't recognize that we survivors of our situations because we think everything is normal. So it's really me just embracing that, calling myself a hero for making it through all this. And at the same time, I'm a hero to my kid. You know what I'm saying? I know he look at everything I do and it got to be actions more than the stuff I say. So.
And your son is 12?
He's 13 now. 13? Just turned 13.
When was his birthday?
June 24th.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's
me
fresh
off. Let me tell you, it's the worst age ever for a kid. Like,
yeah, man.
This when they start feeling like they know everything about life before you. And I remember being that, and it's so frustrating. So I'll be trying to be patient, but I be wanting to knock him out. Like, you know what I mean? And he taller than me now. He just became taller than me.
Hey, man, my son is 15. He's taller than me now.
Yeah, so.
And at one point, man, you become, and you still Superman to your kids. You know what I'm saying? But I'm wondering sometimes, like, damn, you know, your son probably don't really know your past.
No, he don't.
My son don't really know my past.
Yeah. You
know, he'll hear daddy on radio, and I don't sit down and, you know, there's certain things that he'll know.
Yeah.
But I wonder if, like, sometimes if my son look at me and if I'm going to start getting, like, goofy, or he think that he know it all.
No, I do feel you. And like my kid don't look at me as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He look at me as just corny dad. You know what I'm saying? And earlier, I'm glad you brought that up because there was so much stuff I did hide from him earlier as a kid, as far as like my gang history and stuff like that. And I feel like as a parent, I was supposed to prepare him for the world instead of trying to hide it from him like it wasn't going to find him.
But you also don't want him of that. So sometimes we shield it too much.
But it's not to glorify it, but it's just to explain to him, I did this because I was being a follower. I didn't have no dad in my life to help me steer me the other way. And uncomfortable conversation like that could have happened because I went through his phone at 11 years old and he was saying, "Cuz, to his homies.
Oh,
you know what I'm
your
saying?
son?
Like playing around, even though he's Silver Spoon, you know what I'm saying? I'm making sure he ain't had to
man,
struggle.
what hood you from?
Yeah, exactly. And your daddy a blood. Your daddy a whole blood. You know what I'm saying?
Pop super blood. Like, what's going on?
So it was tough, but I realized.
Did you take the phone at that time?
Yeah, I take it for a little bit, 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, that's my fault for not having them conversations with him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, like, he just out here looking for stuff and trying to figure it out, so, you know.
I always trip off of people that, like, would take the bus to a hood or get dropped off. Like, man, you ain't from there.
Exactly. Bro, let me tell you, I did it in middle school. I was literally the same person.
But you was with it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't got shot for this, and it's nothing tight about it, and it's just like, I be trying to explain. I'm trying to break the cycle. I understand how we in the world, how gangbanging is so embodied in LA culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's
man.
hard to break that cycle, but it's trash. Coming
Yeah.
from somebody that's from a neighborhood. The reason it started was to protect our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? To police it ourselves from the police, and then now we poisoning the neighborhood.
Yeah,
so
man.
That's just the reality. And
hey, man,
somebody be mad at me. I don't care.
Just make sure that we don't walk out together.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Is it hard being a dad for you? Because you know how in life books we think like, man, this is hard.
Yeah.
And then you realize what you start to really live for. Like there's somebody else that is dependent on you coming home or dependent on you being there for them.
Yeah, it's tough. It's draining a lot, especially trying to be a rapper who's like in this competitive industry. So yeah, it's when I gotta wear so many different hats. But what I'm starting to learn is this is all one person. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta just wear it as one hat instead of trying to drain myself.
I call it the enoughs. And I talk to people, and I'm pretty sure that you got to be corporate enough, street enough, you know, hood enough.
Yeah.
There's so black enough, brown enough. There's so many enoughs. You got to be dad enough, friend enough.
It is at the enoughs, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I'm using that from now on. Man, it's like I get to my neighborhood. I'm an emotional person at heart.
Right.
So I know I be wanting my friends like cry, bro. Like I go to the hood, they like, man, shut all that soft stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta go to gangbang boogie, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't let people take advantage of you. And that's our mind state when we go out in the world. Put our tough face on. Don't let nobody see us because like we're gonna
we send our best representative sometimes.
You feel me? So it's tough.
Why do you still show up though? Why you gotta be hood enough?
A lot of it is survivor's guilt, you know what I'm saying? Being the one that made it out of my neighborhood, feeling like I got the luxury to leave, but as a rapper, I'm reaping the benefits of being from my neighborhood. It's tough because we're in a world where they glorify the ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So I know I've got love just from being a blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to play like I don't know the benefits of it.
You don't know the privilege? Like, what privilege?
Yeah, so it's dealing with that. And knowing I can't bring everybody with me frustrates me because that's just life. All I could do is tell them about my experiences when I go back. So that's a lot of reason why I go back. Also, I love my neighborhood. I love my friends.
Right.
It's like, I know I'm talking a lot of mess right now, but then that's really my family.
Yeah, and you don't want no detachment, especially, man, from home plate.
Yeah, and I don't want to teach.
Do you ever be somewhere, man, like on tour or somewhere, and you wish that like somebody else could be there with you? Like I wish such and such could see this.
Every time, you know what I'm saying? I wish my homies could be in this room right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it's like that. They can't come everywhere with you, and accepting that is still a process for me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I got it all figured out. I'm in therapy to like work on my survival.
So are you in therapy for real?
Yep.
How long you been in therapy?
About a year and a half now.
Was it hard for you to go to therapy? Because usually with us, man, we figure it all out. Like, man, nah. And I remember years ago too, Boogie, when therapy was like, oh man, that's for crazy people.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that ain't for us. But now, did you have a fight with it before you went, or did you just kind of surrender?
Yeah, so it's still a process. It's still hard to go to therapy sometimes. Some weeks I don't want to go because it feel like school, but that's just because growing is a forever process. Initially, I didn't want to do it because, you know, it sounded like for cuckoo people. That's the stigma around it. I was
what made you go?
I was crying. I was crying over this girl. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm signed to a great management team called LVRN who has Summer Walker. At the time, she was going through her stuff in the public. So they gave her therapy, and it was like, how about we just do this for all our artists? And it just trickled down to all of us. So I really got therapy because Summer got therapy first. Then there was.
Did you know what therapy was?
No, I just was like, this is for cuckoo people.
Yeah, I'm not talking.
And I don't want to talk about my feelings anyway. I don't like doing that. Growing up, my mama taught me to be tough because I didn't have my dad around. So I never had that space to be emotional. So every time somebody want to talk about feelings, I shut down. You know what I'm saying? It felt weird to me. So it was hard at first.
Not doing it at home, can't do it in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, where do you? It's like you just getting bounced around back and forth.
So it was hard at first. Luckily, my therapy is from LA, a black woman from LA. So she kind of understood some of my trauma. But it was a lot of unaddressed trauma I didn't even know I had.
Yeah, man.
And that's the thing. Like the reason
when they start peeling them layers,
it's tough. And you know what I'm saying? Like noticing the reason I operate in certain relationships is because of stuff from my past that I didn't even connect with each other. Like my dad ain't been around. Why is stuff with him affecting me in my everyday life? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard.
Do you understand that the first day you go?
No.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't start feeling therapy till a month ago, like 2 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
So over a year.
Yeah, over a year.
Wow. What made you keep going when it was a year that you weren't feeling it? Just like, man, I'm just going one more time.
Sometimes I was just like, I just liked her as a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Being able to talk to somebody once a week, it was cool. But I didn't realize therapy is just her giving me the tools. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I'm going once a week. It's really up to me to do the work. All she could do is like plant a seed in my brain. And that's where the conflict was coming in. Because I was good with her. But when I left therapy, I'm back to the same nonsense. So it's still a thing because my brain's so conditioned to be a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Do you tell either the homies, your family, or anybody that you're going to therapy when you first started thinking about it?
Yeah.
You told them?
It felt like a flex, honestly. At first, I was just using it to like sound tight. Like, yeah, I'm in therapy. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I got a therapist, you know what I'm saying? And even sometimes I'm like not as patient with certain people. Like, you don't got therapy. I'm not wasting my time talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's not cool. So
you
I'm
become
saying
the therapy police.
Yeah, exactly. So I gotta check myself with
that.
Do
you find yourself like diagnosing other people? Like, yeah, they did that because
exactly. And that's nasty. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy, but I definitely do that a lot.
So from the beginning, you weren't sneaking to therapy?
Nah, I was never sneaking. I'm so like open with my friends. I don't really like hide stuff at all. Especially like I'm just an open person. If you got the chance to be around me, I'm just gonna start talking and blabbing. So
man, had you always had the name Westside Boogie?
It was just first it was Ace Boogie because of Paid in Full. I was watching Paid in Full and they had that character. And I was like, oh, I'm him. He like meticulous with his thinking and stuff like that. I compare myself to him. Then like I just start saying Boogie. Then you know what I'm saying? A Boogie with the Hoodie came out and it was just a lot of confusion and I had to find a way to like. You know what I'm saying? He took off. I'm not gonna lie, he went viral.
So were you ever Ace Boogie and then did anyone ever call you A Boogie?
You know what's crazy? Somebody did do that before. That's amazing. But it was before he came out. But people did used to do that. But I didn't. When I started rapping, I just dropped the Ace and just started calling myself Boogie.
Right.
And then my Instagram name was WS Boogie. And we in a world where people only call you by your Instagram name.
Right.
I was just like, I might as well do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, had you ever had like any Boogie mix-ups?
Oh yeah, it not now, but like when he first came out, I got signed in 2015.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, maybe he came out 2016, 17, but he went viral. And you know what I'm saying? He filled a gap in New York, and he amazing talent.
Yeah,
and so,
he is.
It was a lot of confusion.
Do you ever think about leaving the name to him?
No,
I'm talking about early on. When you're like, man.
No, let me tell you, I was at the time my manager was some white dude named Clayton. Shout out to him. Right. He was talking about suing him, and I'm like, boy, if you, he's like, man, we finna cease and desist. And I'm like, man, no.
This is horse shit. This is malarkey. He can't get away with this. Hold on, hello. Yeah.
I'm like, nah, man, it is what it is. That's just, you know what I'm saying. It just mean I got to work harder.
Really,
you know what I'm saying? So that's all that.
Is there still any confusion?
Nah.
Okay.
I feel like
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. I thought I had A Boogie with a hoodie. Today.
Shout out. I think that's amazing that you admit that.
No, I ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to be in therapy like, man, was Big serious?
Yeah. No, I would joke a lot. I just thought that was amazing you would have told me that. I wouldn't have took nothing from it. I would have cussed out my team though. When I got out there. I would have been on a bumper.
Really? Have y'all met up?
Nah, I seen them at an event, but you know, black egos. Nobody can talk.
Wow. He nod, I nod.
Exactly. You know but it's all love.
Yeah, believe that, man. So now with the album, bro, is it different putting together a body of music now with therapy? And and the catalog.
No, it was harder to even approach music this time around going through therapy because usually I make all my music off heartbreak and just blaming my ex. Right. Like, I'm finna make a project. I got hits. My heart broke. I'm up. You know what I'm saying?
You're like, man, Taylor Swift ain't got nothing on me.
Exactly. But this time around, it was accountability. She making me hold myself accountable. So I'm like, I don't even know how to rap right now. I can't blame nobody.
How do I blame myself?
Yeah. So the approach, still trying to be vulnerable and like. But having to blame Boogie was tough. You know what I'm saying? It was hard.
Start doing to other people like, how do I write this? Hey, man, so you would literally write as therapy. Yeah. And if it was a breakup, it was one of those shame her. How could you do this to me?
She's done. I just looked out for you. I changed your life. You know what
I'm saying?
And this time around, I was dating an aspiring singer. I was in a 3-year relationship. It was like my first healthy relationship. So when we broke up, I was like, oh, I got material.
Yeah.
I'm up.
You know
what I'm saying? I just like changed her life. You know what I'm saying? She got a deal now, left me. It's so much content in, but it was like then when I had to look back, I was like, oh, I wasn't even being a good boyfriend.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But we don't see that first.
I thought just because I was paying for stuff, that mean I'm a good boyfriend.
Right.
So that part was tough.
Is she more famous than you now?
Nah, not gonna happen. I'm still in competition with her for the rest of my life. I love her. I want her to succeed, but it's not more than me.
Not more than you.
Not more
You
than
know what I'm saying? And you don't have to, but if you said her name, will we know her?
Probably not. She a Chicago artist.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, but she dating somebody from LA I know.
Really?
So I was about to shout her out to give her love, but nah. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Is it because you want to hide her privacy or you don't want to give her the love?
Yeah, it's the privacy thing.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And
so
I still got bitter feelings toward the situation. You know what I'm saying?
How did y'all break up? Why?
For one, I think she still felt as an artist, she couldn't as a female artist, being in a relationship kind of was hindering her success when she felt like she had to network with other artists. I don't know how you parallel the two, but that's how she felt. Also,
did she break up with you?
Yeah, but she was waiting for it. Was like the dumbest argument, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, we breaking up now." So I know she been was like why you didn't take the trash out today? Like, oh, I can't believe you. We're done. Like that type of thing. Yeah, and I was like, oh, she was waiting for this moment.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? She
probably didn't come soon enough. She's like, damn, he's so nice.
Exactly.
I can't get an opportunity.
He must know something going on because I'm trying. It's like double dutch.
Exactly.
I'm trying to jump in. He won't give it to me.
So she been checked out, and I knew that, but it was hard. Yeah, she broke up with me. Like she was sitting on the couch at 6 a.m, and then just was like, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, what?
We like a crossword puzzle?
Yeah. And I was like,
what are you doing? Is the really hard today? Is that what
yeah, so it was hard.
Is it hard for somebody to break up with you?
I think, yeah, probably.
Did you ever think I should have broke up with her first? Did the male ego come in?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely felt that way. Like, man, I blew it because now she got this over me. And, you know what I'm saying? But then I was like, okay, this is a story I can tell. I got dumped. And then, you know what I'm saying? And after that, I ain't going to lie. When I was telling people that, when I first got into therapy, it seemed like I was getting more chicks when my feelings was hurt. Like, they wanted to be the one to heal me. Then I had to watch them type of girls because I was like, I'm not finna trauma bond with you. You know what I'm saying?
We trying to go together.
Got trauma? I got trauma.
I'm not doing that. So that part was tough.
Let me go to therapy with you.
Yeah,
carpool to therapy.
Yeah. What did you learn in therapy today? What did you learn? What did you learn?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Hey man, how does the relationship with Eminem start? Because at one point you got to think Boogie like, man, I'm on.
It's still I definitely thought that it's crazy. I signed in 2015, like I said.
So that's when you thinking I'm on.
But exactly. So as an aspiring artist coming from the hood, you think once you sign a deal, life changed.
Oh
yeah. I got there and got put on the shelf just because management didn't understand how to move me, and it's not their job to do it. It's really you got to have your own infrastructure.
Yeah.
So all artists don't go into these buildings with expectations of them moving for you. You got to have your own team and your own leverage. So that happened. In 3 years, I'm on the shelf. Somehow, Paul Rosenberg got my number. I don't know how.
Had he heard the shelved material?
He had just heard my projects that's been out. Also, randomly in 2016, Rihanna posted me on Instagram, and I was signed. I only had 10,000 followers. I got 150,000 followers.
Like, man, I'm on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But then I was still on the shelf.
Did you keep checking for Rihanna though? Is going back man, did she follow me?
No, she followed me. Right. First, she followed me. I was on tour opening up for Denzel Curry. I said, 10,000 followers, and then I'm like, is this a fake page? Then it was really Rihanna. Then she posted me 2 minutes later, and I'm just calling my baby mama, flexing, doing all of that. But I say all that to say I was still on the shelf at Interscope. Right. And then randomly,
did you hit her in a DM hey, can you see if they can release my project?
No, I was trying to be smart. I was like, I want to DM her and say thank you. I want a feature, obviously, but I'm like, I can't just jump out the window like that. So I'm gonna just be nice and say thank you. You just changed everything for me. And she was like, you amazing. You know what I'm saying? Aww. So I mean, Rihanna close. She brought me out to a writing camp before. You know what I'm saying? So
I heard about how she get people together.
And I think it's because I wasn't thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna really take that.
You didn't tell her drop an album?
No, I didn't.
Damn.
I should have. Huh?
Yeah, no, don't do that.
We was trying.
I appreciate the effort.
So I hear about those writing things where they get together with Rihanna, and is it like a weekend or a week, but everybody kind of coming with ideas?
I was there for a couple of days. Yeah.
Damn.
And it's just
Did you think you were on then too?
Yeah. Being around Rihanna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's my first time seeing her in person. It's like being in a room with her. So it was just like.
When you leave from Rihanna and that 2 days and you writing and Rihanna's in your presence, when you leave, where do you go to? Where do you go home?
Back home to the hood where I did it. That stuff like that is depressing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry for laughing.
Yeah.
Hey man, with being signed to Eminem, did you think you were gonna be closer to Eminem?
Actually, yeah. But then I got around him and realized we two people that are like get in the room and get quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like we both quiet individuals who I'll be just thinking about getting into the studio for doing my own song, and I can see it in his face. All he's thinking about doing is getting in the studio and rapping.
Going to be creative.
Yeah, so I think that's why it worked, because he never tried to jump in my creative space and tell me go this direction, or like, because you know what I'm saying, the Eminem fan base, sometimes it don't really align with the music I drop. You know what I'm saying? And accepting that was hard, because sometimes they be cussing me out like I'm not rapping fast enough, or like I don't got enough bars, or they don't understand the hood stuff I'm talking about. And so yeah, when he first signed me, they was on my bumper. They love me now because, you know what I'm saying, they know I get off and I will bar up anybody. But yeah, it was tough at first. But I did it. I think just seeing the way I looked at like other artists and they like label owners, I just thought it was gonna be that. But we close like mentally. Like not necessarily like need to talk to him. Every time I come around him, he tell me what I need to hear. And then that's it. And
go ahead, love.
I was just gonna say, like, what advice has he given you that's really stuck with you? Because I'm sure he, like you said, he tells you a lot of things. But what's something you always carry with you? Two
things is me not taking blogs personal when they give me like bad ratings. Like it was this dude named Anthony Fontaine. I love that name dropping. His name like Needle Drop on YouTube. He like famous for like rating people albums.
Oh Lord.
So he gave me like a 7.5, and obviously my brain, I think I'm supposed to have 100 out of 10. He gave Eminem a 2. So Eminem was like, yo, he give me bad grades every time. You can't take that personal, because like some people just not gonna understand it. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have consistent belief in myself. It can't be based off of other people saying. So there's that. And he also told me to stop stage diving so much, because he got sued, or almost got sued, or had to sock somebody, something. He just told me to stop stage diving, but I love stage diving. I love jumping on people's head.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And so,
why do you like that though?
It's only like doing it to little white kids. They already be raging. They be like, yeah, jump on my face.
You got it, oppressor. you jumping with a whole different rage. You got like 500 years of jumping on their ass.
First.
Because girls don't really be liking it. I be doing this thing at my set where when my song Self-Destruction come on, I split the crowd up, and I be like, when the drums come in, we gonna all just jump together. I'm not gonna jump in the crowd. We just all gonna start raging. And I remember doing it at this one show, and this girl looking at me like, you better not do this. Like in the front row, like, you better not do this. And I'm like, it's a boogie show. You can go to the back. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember how mad her boyfriend was like trying to fight me, like, no, we ain't finna do this. And I was like, I'm not, I'm doing my show. You know what I'm saying? And after they had complaints, but
really tough. Though?
Yeah. But I don't care.
Yeah.
But I do got to be mindful that somebody could sue me.
Yeah.
That's why.
And just looking at the Travis Scott thing too, does that put you in a different position just for that time? Yeah. Where it's like, man,
that is tough. And man, being in that, having that type of responsibility and being in that situation, I could just imagine. But it's a lot of stuff happening at one time, so many moving parts. And so that's why I think as artists are more conscious after that now. Like if they see any little thing now, I'm seeing videos of people just stopping the show off of anything now because like don't nobody want to have to deal with that. Because,
are you like that in the audience?
Yeah,
do you rage and really?
I do. It's because my first tour was with Tory Lanez, and he probably the greatest,
super talented.
He probably the greatest performer I ever seen personally.
Super talented.
So I just seen him I seen him walk a crowd like it was like he parted the Red Sea and just like was walking
on them
on their heads with boots on and made it all the way to the back and then climbed up. And I was like, oh, he just changed the way I look at performing. If I used to just want to be on stage just rapping, just like standing still, then I just had to learn to be more loose. So, you know what I'm saying?
Did you ever think that a kid from Compton to see the things that you, and of course you do, and it sounds like a generic question, but where the audience and now you could walk on somebody's head. Do you ever trip off of that?
It'd be crazy to me just thinking about the little showcases I had to do, like competitions for $500. The first time I won a $500 contest at some event in LA, and how I thought I was the greatest rapper ever. And I'm like, oh, it's not gonna get no bigger than this. You know what I'm saying? I can't even picture a world outside of that. But I always believed in how good I was at rapping. But the places it take me, I didn't think I would be in Australia performing in front of 80,000 people with Eminem. Yeah, that's so random to me. Like, I come from this tiny hood in Compton.
If you would have wrote that down, of course you always think of the biggest thing, like, man, I could do it. But if you would have wrote that down, you probably wouldn't have believed it.
No. And if they tell the story about Jim Carrey writing that $10 million check and then like him manifesting that, which is amazing, but I wasn't at that space in my life where I knew how to manifest. So I was just like living day to day. You're like I got $20, I'm up. What I'm gonna do?
Man, when that 500 came in, you're like, oh my Lord.
I took everybody to Denny's. Next day I'm broke. I was pissed.
Man, you ordered bacon and sausage?
Yeah, I was pissed. And I had like $200 left. My kid was a newborn. I took him to Forever 21 or some kid store, bought him some clothes. then it was gone. Money gone. You know
Did you ever think that, man, it's not coming fast enough?
Still, as a signed artist, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes these companies got this net 30 thing. They take forever to pay you. I hate net 30, you know what I'm saying?
Like waiting on your money to come.
You know what I'm saying? I hate waiting on money just because I think I'm traumatized as a kid from being broke and like people playing me. So like I don't be trusting no companies. You know what I'm saying? I want my money today. When I get to the show, I want my money. If I do a verse, I need it today, half up front. Like I be tripping, and sometimes I think I be seeming thirsty, but it's just like it's a real thing. Even with my managers, because they way richer than me. You know what I'm saying? Like they got Summer, Black, and all that. So when I go over their house, I'm irritated. Like why y'all got more money than me?
Don't you just do like 10-20%?
So that it's tough. Like you know what I'm saying? But it also made me want to work harder.
Is it different when somebody don't understand your pure struggle?
No, that's tough too. For one, my managers are from Atlanta, and both of their parents been in their life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They come from a good homes. So sometimes I'll be trying to explain to them, even sometimes when they want me to wear red bandanas, I'll be like, y'all don't understand. I can't do this. I get it, like from a business standpoint, but I gotta go home and
do you
really
feel
deal
like
with
sometimes they want you to gang bang out a little bit more, or had you ever felt that?
So this is not a hot take. I don't want to make it seem like they trying to put me in harm's way, but it is a disconnect sometimes. That's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? The world, like from a business standpoint, if I put this red bandana on, it's gonna bring in more attention. You know what I'm saying? So just early on, me having to explain to them the severity of it. Now they understand it. They don't force me to do it. But they was asking. Do
they ever tell you to ride out more that you got shot?
Nah. That's crazy. They wouldn't do that. Nah. But they do want me to tell my story. You know what I'm saying? And I get that because people want to connect to you as a person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're not in the mysterious artist stage no more where you can just hide behind your mystique. Now it's about how much you could bring people into your world. And that's already hard for me because I'm like.
Is it different on social media for you? Are you a social media guy, Boogie?
No, I'm not a social media guy. But I'm a social media guy as far as me just looking at everybody else's stuff.
So you don't post?
No, I'm not a poster unless they tell me to post. I'm only good at like rapping on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, if I just gotta post a picture, I hate taking pictures. Like you want me to post, like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't like pictures and like, but I do like acting sometimes and being funny. But this is a process of like a bunch of takes. I don't really love that. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So you more of a IG or social media scroller? You look at other people's stuff?
I'm a lurker. I wake up in the morning, go to my ex Twitter, see if she happy, and go to Instagram. Like, then I go listen.
He's in therapy.
Oh yeah.
Then I go listen to Whack 100 argue on YouTube.
Right.
I love it.
Like,
so you and everybody else's business.
And then my therapy tell me it's like a horrible way to start off my mornings. Like I just dive straight first into ignorance.
Really?
I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah, and it's just like I'm aware of it, so hopefully it
both feet not on the ground first. Huh?
Early. And even when I have girls spending the night, they're like, I don't want to. What am I waking up listening to Whack 100 yell for? Like we cuddling. And
what did he say this time?
Hell yeah. Hey man, you ever thought about doing? And excuse me if I'm asking a question that's already out there, but have you ever thought about doing any acting or anything like that?
People ask me to do that, but like I tried to do what was it, like Power, one of the Powers, and they
like
wanted
the
me,
50 Cent
yeah,
Power?
and I like auditioned for like some drug dealer role or something like that, and like they said like I was acting like I was rapping, like the cadence of my words. They was like, "You sound like you rapping." I was like, I guess I'm just not great at this. I did one. I
guess I'm just not great at this.
So I had one acting coach for that day. They gave me like, "We gonna send you to an acting coach for one day." It was this older white lady, and she was like, "You talk like a white person. I sound more from the hood than you," and that shit pissed me off. I was like, don't talk to me like this the way I talk. You don't know what I've been through. And all. She's like, that's the passion I want. I was like, you know what? I'm never doing this shit again.
Right. I'm not, and especially with you.
Yeah. That had me so mad.
And she really said I sound more hood than
she
you?
really was like picking at me like the way I talk. She was like, you sound soft. And she just kept picking at me till I snapped.
At no point you said, bitch, I killed you?
No. But then I eventually snapped. So I was like, you don't know what I done been through? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then she was like, yes, that's it. And I was like,
that's what you need to tell somebody. You're like, no, I'm really mad now.
I don't want to be no actor.
You're like, I don't know how to turn this off.
Yeah, I don't want to be no actor if you got to like really feel those emotions at the time. Like they do. I'm cool.
Man, so what's happening with the tour? You about to get back out on the road?
Thanks for asking me. Yeah, I'm back on tour. Y'all go get my LA tickets. I think I need like 100 more to be sold out.
Go ahead
at the El Rey. You know what I'm saying? It's my first time. I performed at the Roxy every time I performed in LA. So it's my first time at the El Rey. I'm stepping it up. So support the boy. I'm finna sell it out.
Hey man, is it different performing at home?
Yeah, because they bougie out here. Atlanta and LA is the funniest places to perform just because they see artists every day.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, that's what's up. We here. We gonna support you and like smoke and vibe out. But I go like Texas or London. Rage party,
Hey, man, that is true, man. We so chill here.
Yeah, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because my family get to be there. My kid don't want to come to my shows, but my mama get to come.
Does your 13-year-old know what daddy does and who daddy is?
Yeah, he understands music.
Right.
Great. But he just don't like my music.
Who's his artist?
Like some little teenage rappers that talk about
yeah,
that some dude named 5-Star DJ. Shout out to 5-Star DJ. I don't know who you are. Right. My kid loves you though. He get in the car and play you every day.
When you get a feature, that's when your kid gonna think you made it.
Nah, I'm gonna get because when I got Kaylin for real on a feature, he loved that because you know what I'm saying. My kid connected to Kaylin for real, so he was like, "Oh, that's what's up, my daddy tight."
Man, who? Damn, I'm trying to think of the one birthday shout out that I got from for my son, and I don't know why. No, not Polo. Of course, he loved Polo.
Yeah, my kid loved Polo
but
too.
Damn, I'll come back to it. I'm really just drawing a blank because we were talking about it yesterday. But yeah, and it's crazy because with my son, the stuff he listened to, I'm like, bro, you are so separated from that.
Yeah, no, my kid was in the car talking about my daddy wasn't in my life and like that type of stuff.
And you right next to him.
I'm sitting next to him. And I'm like, what? You're lying. Like, why are you telling yourself this to get hyped up for a basketball game?
Right.
Like, it's crazy to me.
Like, I'm your dad driving you to basketball, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and a new car, and we got insurance.
Wild.
Yeah, man. So you didn't know? You didn't grow up with dad?
Nah, he was in and out. He came back around at 12 and got visitation for like 2 weeks, every other weekend, and then just stopped. And then once, like, I think I did a Snickers commercial like a couple years ago. I did, and it was with Elton John. And I went on my dad's Facebook randomly, and he was like, I don't like my kid's music, but he got this Snickers commercial, so shout out to him. And this was like, I hadn't seen him since 12, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
but he peeped out. He didn't even call you to say, hey, man, I peeped the commercial?
Nah, but and then
you had to do your lurking that you do.
And then he said he DM'd me on Facebook, said he heard in my music how I talk about how my dad wasn't around, and he said it was really my mama's fault.
Oh, damn, he did that one.
Yeah, he said it was your mama's fault because like she drove me away, and I was just like, can't nobody keep me away from my kid. I didn't get into my baby mama. We close now, our relationship good, but them early years was hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know how frustrating it be to be mad at your baby mama, especially and then your kid over there, and you feel helpless because you feel like she got all the power.
Right.
But I will fight to the end to be in my kid's life. You know what I'm saying?
So that definitely can't fly with you.
It's not gonna fly with me because the lack of you made me never want to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Do you talk about that a lot in therapy?
Yeah, I do. But for the most part, I think I always say, like, I don't care. I've learned to live without him. You know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to realize it probably is some closure that needs to be had or some type of...
Well, you're dealing with it right now, too.
Some type of conversation.
Yeah, because all you got to do is kind of show up, too. Is he in L.A.?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah,
I'm talking about mine.
Nah, see? and that's such... It's so crazy that it's such a norm, like... I'm just desensitized. Somebody tell me their dad wasn't there because I'm just like, boy, mine wasn't either. You know what I'm saying? So... And that's nasty. But I think now we in a generation now where we got great dads. Like these young fathers is being in their kid life and making a conscious effort to do that. So I love that.
Is it an expectation being from the West Coast and being from Compton?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
When I first came out, they was like, oh, he a rapper with a message. He little Kendrick. He want to be Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? And that's just lazy listeners. So it be that. Me and Kendrick from the same neighborhood. So there's pressure with that. And then, you know, it's Tupac, it's DJ Quick. We got so many legends. Having to follow them footsteps is a challenge, but it's a challenge I love because, you know what I'm saying, I just believe in my ability. So I also think I'm better than everybody ever.
Right, yeah,
so,
as you should, though.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not really hard for me.
Hey, so when you think about the city of Compton, and you do bring up Kendrick, when you see Kendrick go, does that give you more fuel to your fire, or does it feel like, damn, that's another slot?
I'm not gonna lie. When Kendrick first came out, he changed everything from like, even though we been from the same hood, I never was close to him. He just was somebody from my neighborhood. When he first came out and I really started hearing it, like the Hard Part 2, when Dr. Dre started noticing, kind of. It changed everything the way I thought about approaching raps. I'm not even gonna lie. I was great at rapping, but I think how good he was made me just want to become better. I'm not even sure. It's a crazy take, but I probably wouldn't be as great as I am without Kendrick. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. So there was an inspiration and an influence.
I'm so competitive with him. He don't compete with me. It's like a one-sided competition. But every day, a lot of days I wake up thinking, how can I be better than Kendrick? And that's just how much he inspired my neighborhood.
And what's the relationship with Kendrick now?
I mean, I wrote Summer. I helped write Summer verse on his album. You know what I'm saying? So he know, you know what I'm saying? I could text him whenever I need to, but I just let him do his thing. I don't like want to bug him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he look out for my friends from my neighborhood, my boy Lil L. He on tour with him right now, helping him with his merch. So Kendrick do a lot of stuff for our neighborhood that people don't know.
Yeah,
so, you know
and don't do it in front of the cameras and for
That's
the
how
cameras.
you know it's genuine. That's how you know it's genuine too.
Yeah,
so.
man.
Like
so,
Christmases, he got giving everybody $300 gift cards, and it's a lot of people from our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like handing out gift cards to all the dads, all the parents.
Damn.
And we got hundreds of people from our hood. So
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't go back then.
yeah, exactly.
You like now? I probably may do $25.
Nah, exactly. I hope y'all don't think I'm gonna do that. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, my bank account ain't set up like Kendrick's at the moment. You know what I'm saying? So when you go in to record the new album, bro, and when you do have a catalog and there is expectation and there is therapy, does that change? And I talked about it before, but does that change the texture of the music where a different fan base or older fan base be like,
You know, it's so hard with me for new albums because you want to expand on your fan base, but you don't want to let your previous fan base down.
Man.
So that's always a thing with me. And then knowing that I got a whole bunch of people who believe in me. And so if I just do these slow, sad records all the time, they not making no money off this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got to have some type of balance in there. And that's frustrating for me because I don't want to have to think about other people while I create.
Right.
So that's why this album was such a process for me, because I had to grow as a person. I had to learn to meet people in the middle. Like, I could still do high energy records, but still be myself. Learning how to do that type of music was hard. So yeah, it was tough. It took me 3 years to drop this album. You know what I'm saying? It was a big gap, and I obviously don't want to do that again. I think now I'm at a great space in my brain to where I could be productive.
why
more.
3 years? Did you keep changing it, or were you walking away from it at certain points?
Well, I wasn't as heartbroken no more over the girl. So my inspiration, I was trying to find inspiration. I seen this clip of Lauryn Hill say she can't make music unless she got life inspiration. And like, I'm really the same way. I don't know how to talk about other people's emotions. Like, I can only talk about what I feel. So that first year was hard. Then my manager, Justice, was like, we got to push you. You got to try new sounds. You got to like, and that's uncomfortable, but that's where the growth comes. So it was a year of me butting heads with Justice, but I'm so grateful for him because he like pushes me when nobody else will. He sees something in me that a lot of people don't. And so that was hard that first year. And then when I finally caught my rhythm, it was good. So
Did you ever feel frustrated with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot. And you know what I'm saying? Even like to 3 weeks before the album came out, I was frustrated because it wasn't where it was supposed to be in my brain. Then finally I found the last beat like 2 days before I had to turn in the project. But
how do you know when it's over? Like when the process of recording is done? So and how many you got on there? Like 12? 13,
how don't I know? 13?
Yeah,
I feel like it's 13.
So if it's 13 on there, how many do you record, or do you just super serve a 13?
Hundreds of songs. But for me, it's always making sure I check certain points. Like, okay, emotional bug. Did you cater to the emotional people? Ratchet bug. Did you cater to your ratchet friends? My core fan base want to hear me have bars. Did you cater to them? And once once I checked all those boxes and it felt cohesive, I was like, okay, I got something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And I know it's kind of hard to back away from, because even if you say you turned it in, you know, and you still were kind of like, on the turn in.
Even today, like, I probably got a song I want to add to my album. You know what I'm saying? It's certain stuff that didn't make it, that broke my heart, that didn't make it.
Explain Stuck to me. And do you feel that way?
Stuck is my survivor's guilt. If not having to be in my neighborhood, but still choosing to go over there when I don't got to, and like try to hang out like I'm one of the tough guys when I know I'm not that from my hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm the light. I'm the one that's supposed to be showing change. So that's just a mentality, how I be feeling like I'm stuck in my neighborhood sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hanging out within you,
exactly.
And then jump into whatever car you have.
Exactly, on some nonsense.
Yeah, but you know, and I always say, man, don't ever apologize for your success.
Man, that's the real thing.
Yeah, don't ever.
And I feel guilty about it so much.
And especially you're putting the work in. And not that anybody isn't, but this is the payoff from the work that you're doing.
It is.
You know, and you could share it, so on and so forth, but never, and I hear the remorse, but never apologize for getting up.
You a therapist?
No, I'm not.
You dropping gems right now. You therapist?
but never apologize for the lost sleep.
I appreciate that. You're right.
The effort. You know what I'm saying? The saying no to going out, and you know what I'm saying?
And having to remind myself that is a real thing, because I'm glad you told me that, and hopefully I could take that, because they wasn't sitting in them studios with me late hours. They wasn't having to wake up to do interviews. Last night I was just at Face to Face, my homegirl Cloud Night party, and I was up till like 3. Woke up, came straight here. They didn't have to do that though. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to put in them hours like I do. So yeah, you're right.
Man, all righty. Westside Boogie in the neighborhood. Y'all stick around y'all radio.
Do the bell, please.
Man, you about to celebrate a birthday?
Dang, y'all some real ones. Yes, man. In rap years, it seemed crazy. I don't even want to talk about my birthday. But shout out to my birthday, August 30th.
What do you do for your birthday? And you're a Virgo.
Yeah, I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Virgo as well, man. I'm September 8th.
See? That's so perfect, man. Shout out to Beyonce.
Hello. Damn, why you just couldn't say shout out to Big? Why is Beyonce like the leader of the Virgos?
She our leader, bro. I'm sorry.
No, she not.
You could be the vice president or something,
no,
bro.
Vice president.
She's your leader.
Vice Virgo.
The leader of the Virgo.
Oh
man, you call
God.
me Vice Virgo. That's real. Damn.
That's crazy. I just said shout out to Beyonce out of nowhere.
Yeah, man. Is Beyonce like the queen Virgo?
I just feel like we should be striving for that, right? It's Beyonce.
Right. So I should be striving
Yes, bro.
to be Beyonce?
I'm just saying, you a GOAT. You literally are the GOAT.
Right.
But we should all just be striving to be Beyonce.
So all this, I'm in the wrong lane.
Exactly, bro. We beehives at heart. We was born here to be beehives.
Hey, man, it's crazy because every time somebody bring up Virgo, Beyonce come.
It's just a flex, because really, like, you know what I'm saying? You big boy, can't nobody really top you, but you know, you probably got
Beyonce
competition somewhere in another world.
But this one, no.
Maybe on another coast they'll compare another DJ to you. I'm gonna always choose you.
Right.
But who you gonna compare to Beyonce?
Me.
You're right.
Right.
Hey, man, I take back my statement. Big Boy is the new face of the Virgo.
No, don't do that because the beehives are crazy, bro.
Take the part out, actually.
Beehives be buzzing like, what do you do for your birthday that's coming up?
I usually try to stay in the crib, but my friend's not gonna let me. Some with my family, I'm gonna be drunk, and I lately I said I don't want to be drunk around people no more because I wake up and I be so mad at myself about the stuff I did. Like Ratchet Bug come out and I hate hearing my voice on camera, like hey, around random
What
people.
is Ratchet Bug?
Ratchet Bug is like me going outside, ripping my shirt. Like I rip my wife beater every time I go outside. Like I just get too hype. I just start yelling for no reason.
Do
like,
you
dancing.
remember or do they have to tell you?
No, I don't black out.
Okay.
I don't never black out, but I do be like sick every time, like throwing up.
Really?
Like,
So on September 1st, you may not be feeling well.
Exactly. But my thing, every time I feel sick, I just wake up and I just start running down the street.
Really?
Like I would just sprint down the street until I stop feeling sick, and it's like the dumbest stuff ever.
But
like,
it worked for you.
It works. I'd be like having no underwear on,
That's your
one
maneuver.
mismatched sock.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm nauseous. I can't sit here, and I just run.
Yeah.
I ran from the urgent care 2 weeks ago. I
You
was
were
sick,
in urgent
and
care?
I was like, man, they were trying to make me go do a CAT scan. I was laying in the bed in my gown, and it felt crazy to me, so I just got up and I just left and just sprinted.
In the gown?
No, I took the gown off.
Okay.
And I made the doctor was like, you could die. I don't want you to leave. And he was trying to scare me to
Right.
not check out. I was like, man, I'm leaving. Take this thing out of me.
And you here. Did you die, though?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm
What
here.
was wrong with you?
I think I just drank too much alcohol.
Oh, really? Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Alcohol
Hey, man,
poisoning?
let me tell you, man. Your famous radar is getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I got to chill out.
At some point, man, you can't be running out the emergency room.
I know, and it's even to the point it's hard for me to even go anywhere in LA by myself, because it's not like people do the extras, but just like it'd be conversations like I don't really be wanting to have at the time. Like at my kids' game, I can't do nothing because people always coming up to me saying, Boogie, your album was so amazing. And I'm just looking like a dad. I got on my dad's sweats my dad had. I'm locked in. I don't want to talk about music right now, for real, but I get it, and I got to be appreciative because I know my music connecting with people.
Yeah,
but
it's
hard.
definitely something you can't turn on and off.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because one day it probably the switch probably may lock
Even
up.
at the party last night, I'm just walking through, like trying to go to the bar, and everybody like, why you just walking through like this? You should be in VIP. And it's like, no, I don't want to be in VIP. I'm a human.
Hey, man, do you want to get that famous?
I want to get that rich.
Yeah, see, there's a difference. There's a difference.
I mean, I don't want to get to the point. Yeah, I mean, I want to get to the point where everybody says I'm the best rapper in the world. That's
Right.
my ego. That's my rapper ego.
As
but
it
that's the
should
reality.
be.
So if it comes with me having to like be that famous, I guess so. But Eminem can't leave his house. Also,
Have you noticed? Have you witnessed that being signed to M?
Yeah,
that he can't.
I seen him. He don't probably notice. I've seen it. Feel like he trapped in his celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Not like in a bad way, but he just so popular.
Yeah.
he can't go nowhere without being not recognized. He could sell out 100,000 seats
Yeah, easy.
anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's hard.
and it's crazy because we do want it. We think we want it.
Yeah, but it's hard work.
Yeah,
You don't- yeah.
Eminem can't even go drop a deuce in this bathroom here
Nothing.
without somebody walking in and saying, "Man, M took
He's
the shit."
Eminem. He's arguing. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the biggest artists ever.
Right.
So it's like,
Do you want your celebrity to level off where you still can make the money?
yeah, I do want a little.
And
I still want to
yeah.
be able to have fun. I still want to be able to like not have to take security with me everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, I don't know.
Can you walk up into a basketball game or anywhere just on your name and face now?
So I'm so like I guess they say too humble. Like I'll be trying to look at myself like I'm regular, but now I got a publicist, and she be like, every time I can't go nowhere, she be like, "What are you talking about? We can get in here. We're just gonna tell them we were Westside Boogie," and it's been working. And I've been really shocked. We went to like what's this soul food spot? Fixings
downtown.
Yeah, and it was packed. And they was like, we got Westside Boogie. Walked in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta know the privilege.
Okay, so I'm gonna start using it.
Yeah,
only in places that's too crowded because I hate lines. So, yeah. Like Lucky Strike, I'm gonna use it from here on out.
Right.
And fix it.
Get that bowling lane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Them the two places.
I'm gonna need me a lane, please.
No, it's crazy. I thought I was coming and I was just gonna get the lane free. Then they gave me the tab. I was so pissed. It was like $2,000. It was like 12 people there I didn't know that I was buying drinks for all night. And I was like, I'm sick. And you can't look like the broke rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't look like that.
And that was my rent. That was hot. Like, what?
Oh yeah, I got it. Shit. Hell yeah. And then that's the story.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, you know, Westside couldn't, he couldn't.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was gonna figure it out.
Have your picture up at the front. Don't accept checks
that
from
would
this
have been
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
That would have been a crazy day. Actually.
Hey man, what is the album cover?
The album cover is just
Is that your
three
son
random
on the-
kids.
That's
I
not
don't
your-
know them kids. You know, it's so funny. I was in New
No,
York.
bro, you playing,
I promise you. I was in New York at one of my listening parties.
Okay,
Somebody was
because
like,
if you see the album cover, it's him with 3 kids. Like there's
Yeah.
a kid that's on his shoulder.
I could have sworn
Yeah.
one was.
Bugs, please,
Yeah.
let
bro.
me tell you, I was in New York. Somebody was like, you so brave for putting your kids on your album cover. And I was like, I don't know them kids. I don't know none of them little kids. Shout out to them
You
kids.
got 3.
Shout out to them kids.
You
That
got
was-
3 kids on your album
My
cover.
kid don't mess with me like that. He not gonna want to. I would have to pay him triple what I paid them little kids.
Man, it was
Oh, my
Nardo
God.
Wick that I was thinking
Yeah.
of. Nardo Wick. Yeah. Man, so
I paid them little kids to be
So
on
you show up to a photo shoot.
They there.
What? What?
Oh,
But
man.
I'm also, y'all think about it in retrospect. I'm helping 3 little black kids. I'm helping them.
That
you
is
know what
true,
I'm saying?
man.
A gig.
You know what I'm
feel
saying?
me? I'm a
Paying it
SAG
superhero.
hours.
More black superheroes.
Still on your
Kid at a
shoulders?
time.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
The
come
one on my shoulders was uncomfortable because he like kind of older, and it's like he got his little thing on my neck. And so
Yeah.
it's like, hey, yo.
Who picked out that the little kid get on your neck? That's
My
why I used to
manager's
carry my son.
LVRN. Shout out to them for that.
Well, it
pause
worked.
moment. It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
I love that, man. I was for sure that one. I was like, man, yeah, that's
And
Darius.
he about as tall as me, so he was heavy as hell.
Right.
And I'm trying to keep a straight face. So I,
Yeah, you like, y'all get the shot. Y'all get the shot.
like, man.
All right, we got to get a few more frames. Like, no,
Oh
you
my
don't.
gosh,
And like,
man.
over.
So, do you know those kids now?
Nah, I ain't talked to him since. I ain't talked to him since.
They're gonna look back.
I feel
when they
like
grow
there's
up
There's going to be an
damn.
article on BuzzFeed one day. It's going to be like the kids from Westside Boogie's
Exactly.
album, all grown up now. What do they look like?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where are they now?
Yeah.
I feel like I seen one of the mamas posted on Instagram.
Oh,
but
yeah, of
I
course.
didn't go into the DM all the way to see.
Yeah, of
was
course.
hilarious.
They made it.
Exactly.
You know, they went. They got casted.
Y'all want to be in
They
this
did-
photo shoot?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how they casted them. It's probably
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. And how many kids showed up?
It was just them 3.
I'm talking about in the casting.
Oh, I know.
Like, nah,
It's
we don't
probably-
need that one. We don't need that one. And I like this. I like this little one at the bottom. You know, that didn't quite make it in. Trying to put,
Exactly.
trying to put their head up like man, like,
Me too.
you
That-
really gonna put the
Oh,
parental
man,
advisory sticker
That
over
is
my face?
hilarious.
Man, you know what's hilarious is that you don't know them kids.
Random ass kid.
That's hilarious. Because even with Dot, I be like,
Oh,
Kendrick,
my
who's this? You're like,
gosh.
oh man, no, that's a real picture.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my uncle. That's my this. That's my that.
Yeah, he really
You be
put
like,
real
hey, give me
people.
some kids.
Yeah, exactly. I need randoms.
Yeah, because even in your heart and your therapy, you probably take on them too much.
No,
Like,
exactly.
man, I need where these kids from?
No, exactly.
I need to know
Oh,
this story.
No, that's crazy because when I do videos in my neighborhood, I be like having to cast the homies, and
Yeah.
it'd be like too much because then they be walking around like, blood, I ain't get paid enough for this. So I'm like, you know what? I ain't casting y'all no more.
Yeah.
I'm going to find some randoms.
We don't have no trailer.
Like, so
Like,
now,
have you gotten hit up by any family member? Like that could have been your niece or a neighbor. Like, why you didn't put such and such on there?
nah,
They
actually,
will
no.
now that they know you don't know them kids.
They are. My daddy got a random kid, not a random kid. I guess I got a brother on my daddy's side,
Right, yeah.
and he hit me up like 3 years ago and said, I feel like you just a scandalous brother because you turned your, mind you, I've never met him in my life. I didn't
Right.
even know my daddy had a kid. He said, you turned your back on me and just like came at me crazy. And it was like,
Damn.
You're like, I don't know you,
I don't
man.
even know him. So yeah.
Yeah. That's like, bro, I don't know you.
But then I get it. He said he deal with my daddy too. And then like, my dad's a bad man or something like that. But I don't know.
But you see how you got to write his therapy for him? You got to write. You got to fill your prescription. You're like, because now you're like, no, I know what he's going through. I've been through it.
I ain't talking to him either though.
Yeah. That's probably one of his kids on the album cover. like, hell, we don't know.
Nah, exactly. I don't know because their daddy wasn't there. So who kids is this? I don't know.
Now there's gonna be some dad that's gonna look at me like, man, look at little Brandon up there.
Look at
little Brandon
on
up
his
there.
man's shoulders.
Yeah. Like, now who is this, man?
That's funny.
Hey, man, do you know any of the kids' names?
That is so scandalous. I don't. Why would you do me like that?
Man,
nah, you didn't have to do me like that. Because I definitely asked their name at the shoot and got all their names. Like, okay, nice to meet you. And then it just went in one after the other.
Yeah, you knew it at that time.
They got their paycheck and left.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they probably not tripping off you either.
Exactly. They don't listen to my music.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But I can tell you one thing. They want your album to completely blow up. So they could be the kids that's on the album.
You're right.
Trust that.
Grammys. Come holler at me, man.
Yeah, get these kids some of this work. And that's going to be their thing that they put down on their resume. Like if they want a model or
album
something,
cover.
like album cover.
Hey, you're right though.
Published.
Yeah,
published album cover.
Featured on the album cover. Featured on the album cover.
I'm also a people pleaser. I think like I hate being like somebody being mad at me. The thought of somebody being mad at me. So telling people no for me is something I'm learning and having to learn to do. My niece just called me today asking for $500 for Jamaica.
You started getting that rap contest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, me and my niece just started back talking because it just started happening like maybe a couple years. I love my niece, but it's just like I got a lot of stuff I got to take care of at home first. And I had to tell her no, and it broke my heart this morning to tell her that because like, you know what I'm saying? I just paid for your prom. Because she asked for it. She said, can I have a laptop? And then also something school finna start. And also I want to go to Jamaica and can you buy my ticket? And I was
How old is she?
17.
Oh, damn. Hey, man, it's crazy because at 17, I'm pretty sure you had no one to ask for that.
Nobody.
That didn't exist.
I had to go outside and figure it out. Selling whatever.
Yeah, well, you don't want her to do that.
Stuff,
People still smoke dope. Get on out there. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody got to be doing something.
Man, but for real, it is easier for people to go outside and make money than it was for us. You got the internet.
Even just I was about to say this device.
Go print out a mock T-shirt and put the word "I love you" on there, and you probably gonna make $100 in a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So,
can you get that for me, please?
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
We'll have them printed this afternoon.
Yeah,
Exactly.
No, because it's real, man. Because Bugs, I work on my no, and like
hard.
I say, man, and especially when you figure like, man, they need it, or I could be the guiding light. You know, I could be the one that helped their shining light.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's hard to say
hard.
no.
And I'm learning I can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah,
so it's
bro.
like I got to make sure I got something left for me before I start helping. Or if not, I'm not even really helping you like from an efficient space. You know
Did she understand? Hell no.
Nah, I could tell she had attitude. She like, my daddy told me to call and ask you. And I was like, okay.
She said, my daddy?
Yeah, my brother.
I ain't going to even get into all that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to my big brother.
Call him.
Shout out to my big brother, man.
He with M&M's and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my brother never asked me for nothing also, though. So that's why he probably was like.
Is your brother an artist or is he?
Nah, he is a weed connoisseur.
Ah, there it is.
He loves weed.
You know what I'm saying? We all know the things that we love.
Exactly.
There it is.
Exactly.
Were you always into music?
Yeah, I was. Since I can remember, my mama put me in church at 13 when I was getting in trouble.
Were you singing?
I got put in the choir and I was with the girls, the sopranos, because I hadn't hit puberty yet.
Right.
So I was pissed at first. Exactly. I was pissed, but I started hitting them notes and I was like, "Ooh, I'm kind of nice." You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of raw. And so, but then puberty came and I lost all my singing abilities. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't ride the wave.
Yeah, I didn't ride the wave. Then they started making me do gospel raps. Then I met. The reason I started gangbanging, I met them in church. They was also teenagers that was in the church, and I thought they was the coolest kids at the church. So I used to follow them after church, and I was like, "Oh, these gospel raps don't apply here."
Right.
I gotta change up my raps. Then
How old were you when you gospel rapping?
This is 12, 13.
Okay.
And then I just changed. At like 14, I was doing regular raps about stuff I wasn't even doing, talking about bang, bang, shoot 'em up for about 5 years till my producer, Kiel, told me stop rapping about stuff that's not my life. You know what I'm saying?
Did it seem easier when you tapped into who you were?
The high I got from being able to express honesty on the track, I never looked back. I didn't even know you could get that feeling from recording. I used to get good feelings from recording good songs. Like I'd be proud of myself. But expressing your truth on a song and it being a good song, it's a different feeling.
Can you listen back to any of your old material?
No, heck no.
Hey, man, I asked Kendrick one time, I said, man, what was this wackest song you felt like you've done? And he was like, he just started laughing. He said he did this one called Bitch, I'm in the Club.
Yeah,
and we found it online and played it for him. And his worst is better than a lot of people's best.
Nah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I tried to jump on a jerking wave. And it's a song, I got this song called like Get It. and I was like, get it, itch, get it, and it was the worst song I ever created.
Did you know it was the worst song you ever created then?
I won that competition off that song.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. I literally won that competition.
It solved its purpose. Are you critical on yourself now?
Yeah, super hard. I'm super tough on myself. That's why my manager's got to drag songs out of me, because I have songs that's just sitting there that I'll never let nobody hear, because like if it's not where I believe I'm at, as good as like I always think I'm a better rapper the next day, so it's hard for me to even listen to something from a week ago, because I'm like, I'm better than that right now, so it's hard.
So is it hard to listen to your album now?
I haven't listened to it.
Damn.
Really? I haven't listened to it.
So you just put it in the universe.
The first day I listened to it, I was super excited, you know what I'm saying? The second day probably, but ever since then.
Are you always creating?
Yeah.
Is the album old to you?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm already trying to make something new, and it's crazy. That's the time we in now. Everybody got a short attention span, and I understand as an artist now, you got to stay in their face, and it's tough when we work so hard on these projects. You know what I'm saying? That drained me emotionally.
I love when people say they need such and such need a new album. I'm like, man, they just
asked me that on Twitter a week ago.
When
and
is
I
the
got
new one
so
coming?
mad, and I was like, I just dropped a month ago. Can I live? And it was like, no. I was like, oh, they really don't care. You know what I'm saying? And it's accepting that if you're going to be in the music business,
right?
If you could be doing music because you love music, but if you want to survive in the music business, it's accepting the truth. Accepting these realities. We're in a different time now.
Yeah, man.
Your production rate got to be faster, and your music still got to be able to cut through. So how you create better music at a faster rate is a trick.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy.
And without watering yourself down.
It's crazy.
Or just saying, because you'll hear some stuff too, where it's like, okay, they just put it out.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And some people are comfortable with that.
No, some people are cool with that just because they feel like they stand in your face.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to be cool with that. I got to always put my best foot forward. And it's just like, so that just means I got to work harder and work more.
Soulja Boy's on the album.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Big Soulja from Compton.
You got to love You got to love him. Hey, man, how does that relationship come together with you and Soulja Boy?
That's the
of course he created you.
That's the only, exactly,
you know.
That's the only, exactly. He the king of Compton. I'm just playing, y'all. Yeah. Nobody cuss me out. If I never met him. It's the only random feature on the album. I was in the studio. I came up with this song, and my brain was like, yo, Soulja Boy will body this. And I was like, I got to make this happen. At first, it was like a joke, because obviously I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how I would get in contact with him. Also, I want to say shout out to Soulja and everything he did for the culture.
Yeah, man.
Like, he's like literally one of our goats, and a lot of artists would not be where they at without him.
I love that he's tell you who he is.
No, you got to, because and people be mad. But if he don't hype himself up, who else gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? They gonna wait till he dead and say Soulja Boy was this. So shout out to him, and it just felt like Soulja Boy energy. And I was like, I text Justice, my manager was like, please can we make this happen? And he was like, bet, watch this. 2 days later, I had the verse. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Shout out to Big Soulja. He wanted his bread. I got him his bread. You know what I'm saying?
So he didn't know you. So it wasn't like
exactly. Everything else came off the strength, as he should.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's not. It came out Interscope. Somebody else, man. You know right. I ain't pay for it. So.
Well, maybe you did.
You know, it is my budget. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
give it to him.
Exactly.
Then watch that recoup. You can be like, we paid him what?
No, you're right. You're right. Artist, don't. He 100% right. Artist. So like when I say stuff like that, it's completely out of ignorance, because it is coming out of mine.
Double it. You know what I'm saying? So he came in for you. Have y'all met yet?
I ain't seen that man.
Oh damn!
This is so funny how this album is. First the kids,
random
now
kids on the cover.
Nobody.
Hey man, everything else was organically.
You know the producers?
Like producers is my best friends.
Oh, okay.
Smino is like one of my closest friends.
Okay.
Tizo Touchdown. I didn't meet him. My manager was with him in Texas, but we ended up talking.
Okay,
so,
but y'all talked. Did you and Soulja Boy have a conversation?
Nope.
Damn.
I still ain't talked to him.
Does he know he's on the album?
Yeah, he posted it out, because I was gonna be hot. It was gonna be problems though.
Nice.
Like I was like, let me make sure he posts this on his story, because I'm definitely finna DM somebody. Like, yo,
what's the relationship with Snoop?
Man, so crazy thing is, my mama was married to this man I didn't like growing. Like maybe when I was like 15, she married him. I had ran away from home at 17, but that 2-year time, I was staying with my mom and her husband named Jug, who's from 20 Crip.
Oh Lord,
you know what I'm saying? So he's from 20s.
Damn.
And I was rapping at the time. First, he took me to Goldilocks house, and like there was like Goldilocks was like, yeah, cuz I'll give you $50 if you drink this hot sauce. It was like some random hot sauce. I was thirsty for some money. Goldilocks recorded me drink this hot sauce. I'm crying basically at 17.
Oh my God.
They like making fun of me, but either way it go. Somehow I met Snoop through that way. You know what I'm saying?
Around that time?
Well, my stepdaddy knew him. I didn't meet him personally, but my stepdaddy was telling him Snoop about me. Fast forward, my mama divorced him. He's a buster. Blah, 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 blah. Snoop Dogg still knew me though, because when I first came out,
you weren't the hot sauce kid.
No, he was. He thought I was from Long Beach though. When I first met him, when my first stuff came out, he was like, he had just affiliated with me with Long Beach because of my stepdad, and it was like, we got this new hot artist named Boogie from Long Beach. This was years ago though. So then I told him I was from Compton. You know what I'm saying? But we always had that relationship, and so I DM'd him when I needed a verse. He gave me 2 verses in like 10 hours.
Damn.
Sent it back to me, and then you know what I'm saying. That's the one I kept. Then I saw him at the Super Bowl rehearsal. Told him thank you, and then yeah.
So you know Snoop.
I met him that one time at Super Bowl rehearsal and DM'd him. You know what I'm saying?
You are.
Yeah, you know how I am. You know what I'm saying? Got these fake relationships. Shout out to the boy.
Yeah. Holla at me.
Shout out to
you know, such and such. Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Who's your lawyer? I don't know.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Nah,
I pride myself on not getting close to people.
I don't even, for real. I was talking about that the other day. My publicist is my publishing company is Universal, and I was like, who is my publicist right now? You know what I'm saying? I had to ask
I know the publishing company.
Yeah, so I found
out. Is there anybody I deal with?
Yeah, so I found out last week though.
Are you hard into your paperwork and what it looked like?
Now I am.
Yeah.
Now I take I take that serious just because I think when I signed earlier, even though I'm not saying I had a bad deal, I definitely was just rushing to change my life.
Yeah, man.
And that's really a lot of these situations. You see it. You swing $100,000 at somebody in front of somebody's face who's been struggling their whole life. They gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? Just because they want to look out for their family. And so knowing that, telling artists that, like, make sure you go on these companies, you got leverage. Because I think the reason I did get shelved initially is because I didn't have no leverage. I didn't have no traction I built on my own. And that's on me. That's not on the label. That's on me to build my traction. And so I want artists to know that. So when they go in these buildings, they don't got to feel like they scared to ask for something because they don't got no leverage. Like, oh, I don't even deserve to ask for this. You go in there confident, give me this. I deserve this. Give me my money. You know what I'm saying? Give me the money to put towards this. And you can make stuff shake with leverage. And that's why I'm glad I got M, because they're not going to tell me no.
Yeah.
Tell me no. What's up? Hey, M. Paul. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
Rosenberg.
Exactly. You know
Call him up.